We begin this week with those looming tariffs set to go into effect in just 2 days. President Trump dubbing it Liberation Day, saying the widespread levies will save the U.S. from a trade deficit while encouraging companies to build their products in America. But economists are warning any long-term success of those tariffs will come with severe short-term pain for consumers. Yale's Budget Lab estimating the total cost being roughly $2,000 a year, as many companies will likely just pass extra cost on to customers in the form of price hikes. That's all if the tariffs truly go into effect Wednesday, because while they are something the president campaigned on and has continued to promise, the deadline and size of tariffs has changed significantly over just the past few weeks. That's something that has frustrated investors, causing the major indices to slide. Since President Trump's inauguration, the S&P 500 has fallen nearly 7%. The NASDAQ is down more than 10%. The Dow is down nearly 5%. But President Trump says he is unbothered by the sell-off. He is not worried about stubbornly high prices.
This country is going to be more successful than it ever was. It's going to boom. We're going to have Boomtown USA. We're going to boom.
All right, a boom. NewsNation's Kelly Meyer live for us at the White House. Kelly, with the very latest on these looming tariffs.
Yeah, hey there, Nicole. So it seems as though the president is still making up his mind on exactly what he will do on Wednesday. He suggested he may be, quote, nicer to the other countries than they have been to us, as he puts it. So he's set to unveil these on Wednesday. He could have done it tomorrow, but he didn't want to do it on April Fool's Day, he said. So the president has also suggested these could hit any country. Take a listen.
The tariffs will be far more generous than those countries were to us, meaning they will be kinder than those countries were to the United States of America over the decades.
Another thing happening, Nicole, President Trump's auto tariffs also set to go into effect on April 2nd, 25% tariffs on imported cars and parts. He says he could care less if foreign automakers hike prices because he says people will start buying American cars. Now, a White House official had told me President Trump did tell American auto companies not to raise their prices. The official told me Trump feels they are capable of eating this cost. And President Trump's senior trade advisor says the president's tariffs plan will raise more than $6 trillion in federal revenue over the next decade. And Senate Democrats tomorrow, they're set to vote on this resolution, and that's aimed at blocking the president from imposing a 25% tariff on Canada. Nicole.
Okay, so a big vote tomorrow, but President Trump also threatening tariffs on Iran if Tehran does not come to the table on a nuclear deal.
Yeah, and President Trump says he will decide whether or not he puts secondary tariffs on Iran, depending on what they decide on the Iran nuclear deal. But he even took it a step further, saying if they don't make a deal, quote, there will be bombing. In response, Iran's supreme leader says the country will deal out a strong blow against the U.S. if attacked. Iran's president said on Sunday that Iran had rejected direct negotiations with the United States. Now, Trump had said he put secondary tariffs on Iran years ago, and that brought them to the table. Here's what else he had to say.
We'll see what happens. It's very, very interesting. I can't imagine them doing anything else but making a deal. I would prefer a deal to the other alternative, which I think everybody in this plane knows what that is. And that's not going to be pretty, and I do not prefer that.
There's some potential time on this one, Nicole. President Trump says he will probably give it a couple of weeks, and if he doesn't see any progress, quote, we're going to put them on.
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find News Nation on your screen, and don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.